Shirley Bassey will meet after the break.
I know the way I feel for you is now or never. The more I love, the more that I'm afraid.
She looks great, doesn't he? Doesn't she? With some guests, you can dispense with all introductions. Who are you?
I don't know anyone. Listen, it's too early.
I always wanted to say that. Shirley Bassey, it really is good to see you.
Thank you.
And can you reveal a sordid secret about your past? You know this rogue Nestle next to you, Jimmy Greaves.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We go back a long way, yes. Football, in our football days.
In our football days, Shirley used to get the ball over. So Shirley used to get the ball, and I used to head them in. You know. No, but we've actually been on a number of shows over many years now. One's got to be. I'm not going to say how long, but
No,
for
we won't
Shirley's
today.
sake. But
10 years.
For
5 to
my
10
sake,
years.
yeah.
10 years.
5 to
Thank
10
you.
years.
Yeah.
Now, Shirley, it's good to see you because you're the kind of figure who flits onto our screens or onto our theatre stages and then disappears.
Yes.
We feel you're British,
Yeah.
but we're all very...
I'm Welsh.
Well, no, OK, Welsh first, British second, if you
Yes.
like. We claim everybody, don't we?
Yes, you do.
But we don't know what you really do. Where do you live, first of all?
I'm a bit of a nomad. I live everywhere. I've lived in Switzerland, in Spain, and now I live in France. Well, Monte Carlo, actually.
Monte Carlo.
Yes.
But do you have homes in Britain or...
No,
You don't?
no. I've been out of Britain for about 20 odd years now.
What do you yourself feel? If somebody said to you, what nationality are you and what nationality do you feel? Are they the same answers?
I say Welsh,
Welsh.
yes.
And when you actually go back to Wales, which you obviously do sometimes, do you feel that, this is odd, I feel I'm coming home?
Yes, I do. The moment I sort of go over the border, I go into Welsh. My accent becomes very Welsh indeed, to goodness, you know, I mean, because my family's there.
Yeah. And what is there about Welshness? Is there a Welshness that you take with you, and what is that?
The voice, I suppose.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
you know, sort of the Welsh have this thing about singing, and they, outside of Wales, they believe everybody can sing, you know, which they can. It's amazing because when I sing at home and I ask the audience to join in, it's like they rehearsed. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. You hear the harmony going on in the audience, and it is just spectacular.
Why is it everybody can sing in Wales?
It's
Then?
the water, I think.
It's in the water.
We
is
have
it?
much softer water, yes.
It is amazing, though, isn't it?
It is. It's
I mean, the
incredible.
first time I heard the anthem at Cardiff Arms Park,
Yes.
I've been in sports stadiums all over the world, I couldn't believe it. I'd never heard singing like it from a big crowd.
I mean, you get goose.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes.
There's nothing like
And sometimes, you know, I have to stop singing just to listen to it because, I mean, I get so carried away. You know, I get a lump in my throat to hear.
But was there music in your background? I mean, despite the fact you're Welsh, was there music in your background?
None at all. You know, I'm the youngest of 7 children, and nobody sang. I asked my mother, anybody on her side? No. Anybody on my father's side, who was from Nigeria. And unless he was some kind of rain doctor, you know, so it was singing to make rain. No, there was nobody at all.
But you discovered, reading about you fairly early on, it was pretty obvious that you heard a tune once, and you actually memorised the whole tune almost immediately.
Well, yes, I had to because I don't read a note of music. So I
still don't read it?
I still don't read music, not a note. And so I have this incredible ear, like my smell and my taste. I mean, my senses are, you know, sort of go haywire.
But the other thing you have that's carried you through and made you so popular, almost made you unique, is the emotion that you appear to put into all your songs on stage. And
Yes.
you know, we've all got the tissues out ready. It's an emotional experience. Is that native to you? Is that something that developed through your act, or just as you?
I think it's me. I tend to, everything that's happened to me, good or bad, through my life, gone into being, you know, it's come out creative.
Yes.
You know, it goes into the songs that I sing, and people identify with
There's
that
an
because we've
operatic
all
streak in
felt
you,
the
isn't it?
pain and happiness. But there's a streak, yes.
But there's an operatic streak in you as well. It makes you feel,
Well,
builds you up.
Since 3 years ago, when I started to have vocal exercises by a wonderful woman called Helena Chanel, who's was ex-opera singer. And because I was having terrible problems with my voice. So
why was that? In what way? The throat wasn't...
Well, it was
wasn't
after I lost
behaving,
my
or-
daughter. I was taking all the grief out in my singing, you know, and it was just, the pressure was just too much.
Yes.
And it looked like I was going to lose my voice forever.
Yes, your
And,
daughter died. You just buried yourself away for a year, didn't you? You couldn't face
Well,
anything, really.
I did think, because I was on a about to start a concert tour, and I cancelled that, and I just wanted to go home and bury myself and sit under my mountain in Switzerland, you know. And a voice inside said, you better go back to work, because otherwise this will be the end of you, you know. But I did go back too soon, and the grieving came out in my singing, and of course it was damaging my vocal cords. So my throat specialist suggested I have vocal exercises. He said, it's strange after all these years
I was going
to
to
say
say,
this to
I mean,
you know.
I wouldn't
And-
dare suggest that to you, yeah.
But it was the best piece of advice that I'd been given. And I had these lessons for about a year, and I traveled with tapes that Helena made for me, and I practiced about 40 minutes a day when I'm on tour. And so gradually this kind of operatic voice was coming out, you know, and that's what's exciting about this new record, because you hear these wonderful low
Well, tell us
notes.
the name of the new record, because we're going to hear it.
Keep the music playing.
Keep the music playing,
Yes.
and Keep Shirley Singing should be the sort of subtitle of that. Shirley, let's listen to you in action.
How do you keep the music playing? How do you make it last? How do you keep the song from fading too fast? How do you lose yourself to someone and never lose your way? How do you not run out of new things to say? And since we know we're always changing, how can it be the same? And tell me how year after year you're sure your heart will fall apart.
How do you keep the music playing, Shirley, bouncing back? And you were enjoying watching that, and so many guests can't bear to watch themselves. They just turn away, but
I like that, watching it, because it's my first video. I don't count Yellow as a video, because that was terrible. This is my first video, and I think the director made me look gorgeous.
well, it doesn't need a director to, because you do look gorgeous. I mean,
Thank
let's
you.
ask the terrible questions. Do you eat well? Do you live well? Do you go to bed early? What? I mean, look about
Early is
33.
impossible. I look for...
About 33,
Oh,
34.
give us a kiss. You are lovely.
In case I go home.
No, to go to bed early, no, I'm a night bird. You know, I mean, my day starts when the sun goes down. I mean, the adrenaline starts pumping. I don't know what I'm doing here. What time is it?
You're doing very well. You're doing very well. You take a rest, because this rogue sitting next to you has got some work to do now.
Yeah, who, me? Oh,
He certainly does.
yeah. Oh, what,
Think for
television?
your breakfast. You're going to tell us about television.
Well, the Chancer's back, which was
It is.
a
Big news.
great series. Oh, they're all in it.
I think I'd let him find me.
Yeah, well, I think probably Susanna Harker plays Jo, of course, but I think most women would probably be easily found.
Yes,
by,
yes.
She's playing a bit hard to
by
get.
that particular man.
She's not going to be written out of the script that early.
A good one tonight also is Dealers.
There are a lot of shops and dealers on the
Yeah,
back
well,
on this
Dealers
film, aren't there?
actually is a Euston Films 2-hour special, because it goes on after the news, which was the forerunner really of Capital City. And Cluedo's back on
Indeed.
Wednesday. But Dealers tonight should be very good.
We were
And
talking
now,
earlier, weren't we,
I was
Jim?
going to ask Shirley one thing, because one of the great feats of television was how you managed to sing and not laugh during that Morecambe and Wise episode with the boot and the shoe. And
That was incredible. I had a week
did
of
you
laughing.
actually laugh during it?
Oh, I did. I mean, we never even finished it. I mean, we had a week of rehearsing, and we never got through the end of the song. And they were a bit worried about me because for the day, you know. And I said, I'll be all right on the night. I'll be all right on the night. And then the dress rehearsal, I fell about, and so we probably have to take it out. Then on the actual show, I became a pro, you know, and that was it. What you saw was...
Because it is one of the most repeated pieces of Morecambe and
incredible,
Wise that
yeah.
you always
Incredible,
see Shirley singing and this
That boot.
scenery and the boot.
There's a huge boot in there.
Yeah, wonderful.
Pity we can't play that one out.
It's a classic. It
It
really is.
is a classic, actually.
We were actually saying, weren't we, to one final thing about television, we agreed, aren't we, the American Civil War, BBC Two.
Yeah, that's a
Saturday evening.
excellent series.
Fantastic.
On Saturday evenings. Sometimes when you look through BBC Two and Channel 4, you know, you tend to, out of habit, especially over the weekends, put on the mainstream, BBC One and ITV. But there's an excellent programme on at 8:10 on the American Civil War on BBC
Which has
Two.
lightened
You're
up
right.
Saturdays.
It's absolutely, it's mind-boggling. It's enthralling stuff.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
And there's a new assignment series that starts now on the famine in Africa, isn't it, to bring things down to a
It's an
slightly...
interesting thing you say. You're saying that, Maya, because we was all at the football yesterday, and we was talking about how important games are and how intense everybody is, and I was chatting with John McCrick, who's a racing correspondent, and we was all sort of getting hepped up, and the players, and then you sort of say, well, there are 40,000 children a day dying of starvation, and just how important is a sporting event or anything in relation to that situation. And you're quite right, that's on Tuesday, Jonathan Dimbleby at 7:30.
We're extremely lucky to live in this part of the world.
We are indeed, right.
When you look at what's happening in the Middle East and as well
Well,
as
all over
Right.
the world.
compassion for...
Yeah.
Shirley, on your left wrist, you have the smallest gold disc I've ever seen. I haven't warned the director of this, but there we are. And that's... Actually, it's even got the little printing on it, hasn't it?
Yes. Because your eyesight is
I
very
didn't have
good.
it right first time, didn't I? And this is the gold from your first ever hit, wasn't it?
Yes, as long as he needs me.
As long as he needs me.
My
Yes.
favourite was always Goldfinger, though. That's
It's most
always
people's
what
favourite.
I like something, the way you
I
sing
hope this
something.
new record will be there.
Was
the
it very
favourite.
when did they first ask you to do the Bond song?
I was touring with John Barry. He was my music director at the time, and he had just finished Goldfinger, the music. And he said to me, oh, I know you hate to hear songs without lyrics. Of course, you know, I do. I mean, I can't sing without lyrics. So, but would you just listen to the music? So I said, okay, because we were on tour together, and do him a favour. And I listened, and I said, I don't care what the words are. I'll do it. I'll kill, yes. I have to do it. I love it.
Well, what we're listening to now is Keep the Music Playing.
Keep
a
the
single
music
and an
playing.
album, yes?
The song is actually How Do You Keep the
How Do You
Music
Keep
Playing,
the
but the
Music
album is called Keep the Music Playing.
And did you enjoy it? Was it as bad as I thought it was going to be getting up this time in the morning?
Not at all.
Good.
No, I think I will do it again.
Excellent. Come back
I
to
could
us.
get into the habit.
Let us ruin your life again very shortly.
I have to say good morning to my grandchildren,
They're
Luke and Sebastian and Nathan.
They should all be at school now. Shirley,
Look,
thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure.
And
Very
James,
nice
as
to
ever.
meet
See you later, mate.
As ever, James.
Bye, Jim.
How do you keep the music playing? How do you make it last? How do you keep the song from fading too fast? How do you lose yourself to someone and never lose your way? How do you run out of new things to say? And since we know we're always changing, how can it be the same? And tell me how year after year you're sure your heart will fall apart each time you hear his name. I know the way I feel for you is now or never. The more I love, the more that I'm afraid that in your eyes I may not see forever, forever. If we can be the best of lovers, yet be the best of friends. If we can try with every day to make it better as it grows, with any luck then I suppose the music never ends. I know the way I feel for you is now or never. The more I love, the more that I'm afraid that in your eyes I may not see forever, forever. If we can be the best of lovers, yet be the best of friends. If we can try with every day to make it better as it grows, with any luck then I suppose the music